something is quite interesting. I'm getting a few conversations now with local companies about having a YouTube strategy. Should you record all of your events? We're actually here today in Newark, so I'm on a closed road, don't worry, I'm not filming while driving. And what this is a client of ours is running an exhibition and we're going to film it. So the purpose of this does have multiple outcomes. What it does is it gives a recap to the event, so while it's still fresh in everyone's mind, they can watch the videos, watch all the other assets and talk about it, share it, give their experiences and start building that want and need for the next event. What it also does is when it comes to your next event, when you are marketing it, you can show the previous year's events, the success it had, and also ideally interview people that are a part of the event, people that have come to trade at the event or paying customers, and show the value that they got from it. So when it comes to selling the tickets for the next year, people already understand the value and can see that people have experienced it before them and got value from it. So that's day 1 of 2 done. Today was a very short day, just looking at really where we're going to set things up for the interviews of the participants, for the experts that are talking and giving demonstrations, and also just to get a bit of behind the scenes footage of the things being set up, just so people can see the sheer size and work that's gone into that. I'm now going to go home, watch England play rugby and hopefully win, and then tomorrow what we'll do is we'll be back to get the main bits of footage. Hi, this is Eric from the future, just editing last week's recap video and realised something I missed out on Sunday's recap. Probably down to the fact that I've had a few days like Sunday, very long this week, leaving the house early, not getting back till late. But the bit I missed out was, once I'd finished filming at the bonsai exhibition, I went and filmed again part of this large project that's been talked about a few times about community cohesion. And this was at a local church where they showed a film, put some food on and had people discuss the topics of the film, which was about community cohesion and difficulties that minorities may face coming into a community. It's now the end of the day. I'm just going for a quick walk to recharge the batteries. Started off with a meeting with the boys from Heb and Griff, just to talk through potentially working on a bit of a project together. What we're going to do is hopefully get them in to film some interviews for a large project. Then it was networking with the team from the Business Hive. Now, if you're in the North Lincolnshire or North East Lincolnshire area, Business Hive is a great one to start networking with. It is very informal, and you will get looked after by Mark and the team, especially when you're a new guest, because you can turn up to the event before it happens and just really get comfortable, see what the layout is, and they'll also look after you and introduce you to people that might actually be of interest for you or your company. Hey! So I used to be unsure of networking, but it was more a fear of myself of feeling out of place or not being able to fit into somewhere, which now I see the complete opposite side of it and the positives that it can bring when you're in the right networking group. So when I go to this one at Business Hive, I always try and make sure that I meet 1 or 2 people that I've not seen before. This time there was an AI company, and it really does make you think that how great we think ChatGPT is on this kind of level, they're so far above it and so far ahead. Hearing the things that are coming up with AI, it is interesting the way that we can use this in our business and our daily lives. There was then a building company who specialise in using like greener materials and more sustainable materials. Very interesting to hear how that can benefit not only like the environment but the end user as well. And then I also see it as a good place just to catch up with business people in the local area. So there was like Ben Wright from Floral Image, hearing a bit about his business, but also some of the laughs from this weekend's rugby reunion that he went on. There's then Kat Gunn, who's a graphic designer. Hopefully the recommendation that I gave for her today will pan out and get some more work for her as well. If you do have any logo or branding that you need doing, do have a look at Kat Gunn at Lily Jam Designs. And there's also Joe and Donna from Evolve Wealth, one of my clients, but some of them do seem as more than a client. I do enjoy speaking to them, get on with them very well, and do have a laugh with them whenever I see them. Then there's Joe from ProHas, who's just come back from Australia, catching up with him, hearing about his adventures and what ProHas has got in store over the next few weeks. And I think just that side of it, I think in business it sometimes can feel very isolating. So having groups of people like that you can go and talk to, just unload a little bit with, it definitely helps. A few of you locals might recognise this structure behind me. It has been a busy couple of days. Yesterday, spent a lot of it in a coffee shop, but was doing a little bit of outreach, replying to a few emails, and got a couple of enquiries through. One of them was from a returning customer, and another one is a new enquiry. Then yesterday afternoon went over to a large accountancy firm in Grimsby, which was AG Smith. Met with Jordan and Andrew and just talked through a little bit about things like YouTube strategy and video strategy in general. But it's quite interesting. I'm getting a few conversations now with local companies about having a YouTube strategy. Now, for those of you that don't know, YouTube is owned by Google. So when you do search for things on Google and answers to questions, what you will notice that right below the paid ads part or the sponsored posts, there's YouTube videos. So it's good now for companies to try and leverage that to get themselves a little bit higher up on the SEO rankings just by having a YouTube video, or a video either on YouTube or on their own personal account, or not their own personal account, sorry, their own company website. It just helps, again, with that SEO and getting you above your competitors in the search results. This morning was an early one. I was up for BNI in Cleethorpes, so that was an early start. Started there at 6:30, and great bunch of people. It was good to see some familiar faces, met a few new people, and again, got a few meetings from that over the next couple of weeks. So we'll see how they pan out. And then I came back to Hull, had a meeting with Belle from Turpin Accountants. Fantastic to see the way that she's approaching marketing and outreach differently in general. I'm now heading back to Scunthorpe for some filming for a client of ours, and that's again part of this big ongoing community project. So it'll be good to get talking to a few people in the community that are benefiting from the funding that these organisations are receiving, and actually seeing what that's doing at grassroots level. So that filming from the back seat that we did is for a day in the life for a charity, and it's showing what their volunteers do for some meal deliveries for patients that are dealing with cancer treatment or going through cancer treatment at the time. A great cause. The filming for that isn't finished for that video, because we're going to get some of the meals being prepped, and then also maybe interview one or two of the people receiving the meals. After that, went for a meeting about a new studio space, which wraps up a relatively busy week. We had the exhibition at the start of the week, 3 one-to-one meetings, 2 networking events and 3 days of filming. Gonna have this weekend to take some time off, recharge the batteries a little bit, and spend some time with family. And then next week is all about trying to get some more work in. And I got in touch with some people, last week about hopefully having meetings in the next 2 weeks to discuss helping them with their marketing. Now hopefully they come off. But yeah, looking forward to next week now.